Hey, you too. Welcome back to my channel. This is Nathan Daley. I'm your law enforcement translator. I'm your 13-year law enforcement veteran here to provide insight on current event topics and issues that go on today. Now, listen, this is going to be an interesting conversation. It's going to be about a gentleman by the name of Gunu. He's a DMV rapper. He passed away tragically. He was shot. And recently, this gentleman is coming back in the news because of the celebration that they had for him. They had his celebration for his life in a nightclub, Club Bliss, but they had his body present. They had his body propped up, and it's kind of, a lot of people are talking about it like it's kind of weird, it's awkward, but is it really? It's different. So let's get some backstory, guys. I think it's interesting. I really want to dive into this issue again. Another gentleman lost due to gun violence. We've seen a lot of that lately, but I want to dive into this news piece real quick, and let's get some backstory, and then let's find out why his body was propped up inside of a club as they were celebrating. It's different. It's different, but let's see what the family has to say.
Staring at a picture of her youngest son, surrounded by her daughters, Patrice Parker Murrow told us about her golden child.
All he wanted to do was try to get his family, his friends out the hood.
He was known to everyone as Gunu, a son, brother, friend, athlete, and rapper.
He had a heart bigger than his body. When they took him, they took me.
Murdered just blocks away from where he was born, in the
Sad,
neighborhood
right?
he called home.
I don't believe this, y'all. I really don't. My baby gone.
Patrice says Gunu was on his way to give his sister a birthday gift, but he never made it.
I heard Jacob screaming that Markel got shot up the street, and my daughter just ran straight, and I couldn't move. I just was shaking really bad. My mouth started shivering really bad. I just was shaking bad. I just couldn't move for a long, long time.
In the parking lot where he was shot, a memorial sits. His mother says one bullet to the back ultimately killed him.
They wanted my son dead because he gave it up. They took his chain, they took his watch, he gave it up. And they still shot him in his back.
Looking at his pictures, heartbroken and in shock.
It was taboo, I know. Mommy know. Mommy know you was in pain, boo.
Prince George's County Police say they haven't identified a suspect or suspects, or even a motive. But Patrice has a message for the killer.
I forgive you. They took my son. Oh, they got what they wanted.
In District Heights, Megan Rivers, WUSA 9.
Damn. You guys, a mother's pain is a mother's pain, regardless, right? It's sad. No matter what type of lifestyle a person lives, it's very unfortunate. Any unnecessary death, so no disrespect to those who have passed away. So basically he was robbed. They robbed him of his chain, his jewelry, and it looked like he was trying to run away or get away after that, and they still shot him in the back, man. People are sick. People are sick. But let's take a look at what happened in the club. They decided to actually have his funeral or his wake, I'm guessing, inside of the club. They call it the homegoing. That's how they celebrated. It's different. Let's see if we can pull something up real quick.
Well, good evening to you. The family tells me this is the exact celebration that they wanted to celebrate Markel Murrow's life. They planned it. They were celebrating on the stage next to his body. And quite frankly, they say they don't understand the controversy surrounding all of this. Spoke with his mother tonight, who says she should be able to grieve exactly how she wants.
It's something that I wanted to do. That's how Markel wanted me to do it. That's how he wanted to go out. He wanted to celebrate his life, turning up, having a party. He don't want people to be sad and crying. He always wants people to be happy and having fun.
I mean, she got a point. I mean, I don't understand what the issue is. If you guys see how other cultures, other countries, how they celebrate their homegoing and the things that they do, They want to put his body in the club and have him draped up, along the wall, and people walk by and see him in clothes, sunglasses. I mean, if you don't know him, you're not really part of the family or his friends or people who support him. I don't understand what the problem is. Shoot, that's what the brother wanted to do. If that's what he wanted, the mom said, listen, he wanted to turn up. He didn't want people sad, or anything. I don't see what the issue is. I think the conversation needs to be had about the damn violence, right? I think people are having the wrong conversation. I'm pretty sure, we see this picture right here up with him, again, when you have rappers and stuff within the black community and other rappers out, like people who are into the hip hop culture and they're artists, they wear a lot of expensive jewelry. They walk up and down in neighborhoods with people who don't make the same money they make. They become a target, and we know they have little beef. They go back and forth online and on social media. He was a target. They target him for whatever reason. Who knows what he was doing behind the scenes, right? So it's regardless, he was shot in the back. We need to be having a conversation about the violence. This isn't the last rapper. The most recent one that was shot ridiculously, tragically was Young Dolph. That was madness. How that happened. All for some music stuff. Kids get killed all the time behind living this lifestyle, living in the streets, being, part of the street culture. And, that's what we need to be talking about. If they want to celebrate this man's life in the club, so be it. God forbid, when it's time for me to go, I'm trying to think now, how do I want to go? Shoot. The mom knows what her son wants. Man, leave that lady alone. Let her do her thing.
Moreau, who went by the stage name Gunu, was shot and killed in Prince George's County on March 18th. His death remains an open homicide investigation. There was an autopsy performed on his body. It was released to the funeral home, and the family tells me they wanted to have a celebration that they said properly reflected his life. This was at Bliss nightclub at Northeast D.C. Fox 5 is not sharing images posted to social media, but I can tell you the body was upright on the stage. He was wearing jeans, a sweatshirt, and a crown as people celebrated around him. Moreau's sister says the family has received a lot of negative attention, but emphasized tonight they don't care.
We don't.
We want that message to be out. We celebrated the life of my brother how we wanted. My brother was a legend. My brother was a king. And that's exactly how we wanted to go out. To clear the rumors in that place, my brother, the critics are, it's rude. It's very disrespectful.
Yeah,
it's very insensitive. If you do not like it, don't
show
speak
up.
on it.
Don't speak on it.
Don't speak on it.
Don't
It's how
watch it.
let us grieve how we want to grieve.
Facts. Mom was about to
So
say,
in an
keep
Instagram
her
post today,
name
Bliss
out.
acknowledged that they worked with a funeral home about this, but they apologized to family, fans, and
For
friends.
what you apologizing for? What y'all apologize? I don't get it. I want to see how this thing was mounted up. I want to see how, I want to see what they talking about. I'll put it up here in 1 second. Let me find it. So this is what I guess everybody's social media is kind of outraged about. But again, you heard the mom. Okay. Is his eyes open? That's different. I'm not gonna lie, it's not consistent with what people normally see, right? We can agree on that. It's very different. It's not the standard homegoing, but it's not illegal. Who is this young kid? I understand the lifestyle, you guys. Obviously, on my job, what I did, for the past 13 years, I've run into situations like this a lot. And, you know, I wanted to look into him and see what he was about. Actually, you know, he's on YouTube. He has a lot of content, a lot of videos. His videos are doing like 1 million views. So he was definitely very popular with his music up north. And as you can tell, he lived the lifestyle. He lived a high-risk lifestyle, right? So we all know that comes with pros and cons. And unfortunately, the cons, oftentimes you get shot at, it could also take your life. If you listen to his music, I got a chance to listen to some of his music, and you know, it's typical rap music within the black culture that's very you know, that can bring about unwanted circumstances, right? You're talking about selling drugs, you're talking about killing other people, you're talking about, you know, killing family members, you know, I mean, it's, you know, it's sad, man. It's unfortunate. It's just unnecessary at the end of the day. Just the death that goes back and forth between artists, whether known, whether local, whether mainstream. It's just too much. I found this video, though, I thought was interesting. I'm going to play it real quick, just so you guys can kind of hear him and, you know, feel what type of person he was just as just a human being, you know. He talks about his life. I just found a video clip by him. He's talking about his tattoos, explaining it, and I'm curious to know what you guys think. This is from a channel called DJ Small's Eyes 2. You know, looking at this, it kind of gives me vibes of a Vlad TV. He has 1 million subscribers. He interviews, it seems like, artists, local artists, and things like that. I found this clip of him. I just kind of wanted to see, you know, how he talked, his mannerisms, what his personality was like, kind of his story. The best way to learn a person's story, especially if they have a lot of tattoos, you guys, is to ask them about their tattoos. It's something I would do all the time when I'm interviewing people, you know, on the street, investigating people. I would ask them about their tattoos. It's one of the most personal things that I find people really resonate with. And it's a good way to spark dialogue and just to understand the person that you're talking to. And I thought this was a perfect video to kind of showcase to show who he not necessarily who he was, but just kind of like some backstory about Gunu. And I thought it was very interesting.
Which one you want to start out with first?
We can start out with this one right here. It's in Arabic. It's my niece's name. Her name's Sage. This right here is my cousin. He died. Her name Marty G. He died in 2008. I watched him die. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing though. My god brother, he died. Name Love. He died.
So as you see, this is very consistent. People put tattoos of loved ones on their face, on their body, the ones that have passed away. You know, I want to go back to what he said. He's like, you know, yeah, he died. But, you know, he died in front of me, but it ain't nothing though. You know, you guys, again, you know, not making excuses. I think he passed away when he was 24, when he was shot. I think he was 24 years old. You talk about so much trauma a lot of these kids live through. Look at the homes that they come from. A lot of broken homes, fatherless homes, no structure, no guidance, no proper guidance, unfortunately. And then they're exposed to so much death, destruction, violence, drugs, sex, right? Murder. I mean, you name it. And this is interesting. Let me go forward.
You know what I'm saying? The diamond right here. And then I got the Diddy gang right here for my man. Recipe C Diddy. It ain't too much, but I got a lot of shit. I got this, you know what I'm saying? Big slime. Cause I've been sliming shit since I was born. You dig? I got my mama name right here. I got a lot of other shit. I got, oh yeah, my brother Cino. This is why I actually got shot at right here with a bullet there. That's why actually I covered it with a tattoo.
Oh.
Damn.
Now, okay, which one was the first one out of all 8 on your face?
This one right here.
Tattoo of his mom.
You can almost mistake that as not a tattoo. Like if you blink real quick, that's almost like part of your hair or like a sideburn or something.
Yeah.
It's like one of those tattoos that's like, it's not.
This is interesting. You know, again, what we have in our community too is the love for our mothers, and the mother was all that was there, right? It you know, But I don't know his story, so I don't want to speak on that. But I'm just curious to know some more.
Explicit. It's not in your face.
It was this one there. You can go with that one.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you have tattoos all over your body. Let's take it back for a sec. With your history of tattoos, what was your first tattoo ever? Was it the one on your face, or was it on another part of your body?
Another part of my body.
Which one?
It was right here. This right here. I got all this one day. These three right here.
And how old were you when you got that?
13.
13 years old.
Yeah.
Very young for a tattoo. In some states, people aren't allowed to get tattoos under 18, even with consent. Was that something your parents were cool with at the time, or?
Yeah, my mother cool. My mama, she cool. Her name Mama Gunu. Yeah.
This is something you said you wanted?
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
She knew about it?
Yeah, she knew about it.
Oh, wow.
All that.
She didn't try to fight you about it?
No way.
Now, what about...
He said, no way. Okay, 13 years old, tattoo. His first tattoo at 13 years. Listen. Right. Very interesting, guys. I'm going to link this video. I'm not going to go into any further, but, the man passed away. This is not it's not a witch hunt at all, but I just wanted to kind of learn a little bit more about him as I was looking at him. I just didn't want to, talk about his passing, not really understand. Unfortunately, he was taken in an armed robbery. Looked like it was he was targeted, right? And they try to make it look like a robbery. That's usually what happens. But, I looked at some of his music videos, and the music that he raps about. I mean, you see the tattoos. We're not here to judge, but again, you guys, this is something that happens a lot within the black community. It happens too much, right? The killings and stuff like that. It's very tragic. Let me know what you guys think. I just wanted to kind of share this piece. I thought it was very interesting when I started looking more into him. I'll put a link if you guys are interested and want to see the rest of that video. I'm not gonna overdo it, but anyways, what are your thoughts? What do you guys think? Unfortunately, the family prayers go out to them. This is tragic. We don't know the circumstances, but he definitely didn't deserve to be killed over it, right? They robbed him and they shot him in the back. It's tragic, unnecessary gun violence within our community. Unfortunately, it needs to stop. It needs to end. And it's very sad, you guys. So people are really attacking them about how they decide to have their home going. It's honestly, it's nobody's business, to be completely honest. Folks need to grow up. Everybody knew who was there, who showed up to give their support, knew he was going to be there. I'm assuming they draped him up the way that they did. That's between their family and their friends, so I don't know. It's very interesting, like I said, what people like to put emphasis on. If you knew half the stuff people did in this country and just this world in general, some of y'all would lose your minds. So listen, shout out to the family. You guys do your thing. Celebrate your loved one the way you see fit. Prayers go out to you and the family. It's so unfortunate for their loss. Anyways, what do you guys think? Do you think that was, what are your thoughts? How do you feel? I'm really curious to get people's feedback on this. This is extremely different. But I mean, I've seen similar things, they might still be in a casket. You're celebrating around them. Hey, the brother's just out the casket, just out the casket. So to each his own, man. That's their family. Celebrate how they want to celebrate. Anyways, that's it, you guys. Just thought this was very interesting. Friend of mine sent me this. I had to look at it. I was like, wow, okay. Was curious about how he passed away, though. That was kind of my main concern. And again, it's unnecessary violence. But anyways, you guys, let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And with that, good night. God bless.